hard, and it was fun.
Did you know that was the first time in your career that you ever had 18 play drive in your career?
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the stat. We put it up on ESPN.
Awesome.
Hey, Jared, after you came out of the game, you were on the headset, you really seemed engaged in what was going on. So just talk me through what you were working on at that moment, how much that was for your benefit and maybe some of the other guys' benefit.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think it's, my job as well as everyone else that's not in the game to be engaged and be helping these young guys. It's a lot of these guys' first experience of NFL action, and as much as we can be there to, cheer them on and give a lending hand if we have to, it's important. And I was trying to, do my best there.
So are you just listening to the play call, or are you also in their headset talking to them?
No, I'm just listening. They won't give me that yet.
I think we've asked this in many ways before, but how do you strike the balance between taking what the defense gives you and attacking, downfield? Like, what are you looking for?
Preseason is totally different than regular season. I think in the preseason, we're running our plays. No matter what they're putting out there on defense, we're running our plays, just trying to throw completions, move the ball down the field, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that in that second drive. And I thought Alien was calling it well there, and we were able to move the ball down the field. But that's in games, in regular season games, there's different plays and different calls and different looks you're looking for those shots.
Do you have any sense of how Sewell played in this debut, and did you talk to him at all after that first drive?
Yeah, I thought he played great. He was huffing and puffing. They all were. I mean, it was a long drive, man. But he played great. He's ready to go. He's as much of a pro as anyone out there. He does a good job.
We've heard it 1,000 times this league, next man up, right? But you did have some missing pieces, kind of been that way throughout camp, particularly with the receivers right now. How tough is it for you as you're still kind of getting acclimated to this offense to catch up the pieces cycling through there right now?
I think this past few days we started to kind of get guys back and start to settle in there. And some of the guys have been rotating in, Saint and Khalif, and obviously BP's been hurt, but Tyrell, Q, that group is getting comfortable, and I'm getting comfortable with them.
What's the first post-game press conference or post-game locker room session with Dan Campbell like?
It's great, man. He handles everything the right way. He's been awesome ever since my first day here, and I'm excited to keep going with him. He's the right guy for this job. It's gonna be fun.
You mentioned Saint. He had a couple catches on that long drive, one that was called back on penalty too.
Yeah.
Just the first impressions of that him just tonight and what he's done.
Yeah, similar to Panay. They show up and they know how to be a pro right away, and it's rare for a rookie. And he's been that way ever since the first day he's been here. Shows up, and you probably attribute it to his dad. Had some success in sport, and his brothers have played at a high level as well. So he knows what it looks like, and he shows up every day with the right attitude and approaches the game the right way. And he's going to be a guy that we'd like to get the ball to.
It's just a taste of maybe what he can do for you guys.
No doubt. Yeah, no, we love him. He's doing a good job.
And then the other guy I want to ask you about was Reynolds. I know he wasn't in there with you, but he's here 24 hours.
Yeah, man.
Nice little run, and it's got to be.
I don't know if I've met him yet. I think he got here last night. I know that sounds horrible, but he got here last night, and we saw him today, and I probably met him before the game, but he did a great job. It was fun to watch.
A tough situation for a guy to come in like that.
It was fun to watch, and I think it was a special moment for him. Obviously just got cut from wherever he was coming from, and to come into a preseason game and to make plays like he was. I mean, it's fun for me to watch. It's fun to be a part of, and it's special to watch a guy do that.
What about tight ends in this offense, Jared? There were a couple times in your drives where there were two tight ends on the field. How important is that position going to be to the offense this year?
Yeah, very important. We're going to use a lot of 12 personnel with two tight ends, with Fells and TJ, and even Alize in there as well. And I thought Brock did a great job today as well, and Charlie, all those guys did a great job. And we like to feature them. A lot of stuff in the running game, of course, and then anytime we get TJ on the field and move him around, give him the ball is going to be important for us.
Anything else, guys? Thanks, Jared.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I would just start with this. I know you guys will get into the questions, but I thought they played hard. They did. We wanted them to compete. They did. We just, from day one, we said we wanted to give ourselves a chance to win at the end of the game. And even for a preseason game, we did do that. We were in it at the end. Certainly, we all know it's not good enough, but this is also about evaluating the talent, and giving these guys an opportunity to run the ball, catch the ball, pressure, stunt, cover, all those things. And so we got a really good look at guys, special teams wise as well. And I'll tell you what, the energy out there was outstanding for a preseason game. I mean, it was, our guys could feel it. So that was pretty impressive. I'll open it up.
Well, you mentioned being in there at the end, and a lot of those guys may not be on a roster at the end, but why is that important? That's just setting the tone for
Yeah.
regular season.
Just to get those guys, hey man, you're giving yourself a chance, and you got to find a way to win. When you get put in those positions, and look, shoot, there was a number of things that we did, hell, that I did, just to give a look to some guys, that I might not ordinarily do in a game, but man, just to be able to get Kennedy another ball or get McKinley, because we didn't get many targets. He caught that big deep ball, and so you're doing things to really evaluate guys. And of course you want to win the game, but you're also trying to give carries. You're trying to give blow throws. You're trying to do a lot of things to evaluate versus other talent. So, but certainly, yeah, that's what you're trying to, with what you're given and where you're at, how do we find a way to win, So that's where we're at.
One of those guys you were really evaluating today, Julian Aguirre, played give or take 100 snaps. Why such
I hope not, but you may be right.
Yeah, why such a significant workload for him today?
Yeah, we felt like it was important for him to, we felt like he really needed a load. I mean, he's a young guy. He's a young guy that is still developing, and we felt like it was important for him to come out and see how he responded. We felt like, he had a good week, and then he kind of hit a downturn there for a little bit, and we wanted to see if he would bring it back. And I haven't watched the tape, but I did see that. I mean, he affected the quarterback, and he made some plays. But he's like a number of those guys. I mean, you can't forget he's a second-year player that needs reps. And it was good to see him make some plays. It really was.
How much did you like the second possession on offense? Actually, almost the entire quarter.
Well, look, I'm not going to ever complain about that. That was good, but you can't always count on an 18-play drive either. I think there's something to possessing the ball, but I think that as good as that is, if you're going to possess it that long, you need to come away with a touchdown, which is those are things we'll talk about. But you'd like to be able to hit some shot plays and do some things down the field. But look, it was encouraging to see those big boys up front just go to work and golf, manage the football, and just march us down the field. And I thought Jamal did a good job, and those guys did what we asked them to do. And so, look, certainly it was encouraging, especially because when you're in one of these, you don't want to get them too much, but you want to get them enough to where they get kind of in a flow and in a rhythm. So you go 3 and out, and then it's a little and so you really want them to come back and be able to move the football and be efficient, and they did do that. So that was encouraging.
You've seen plenty in this league as both a player and a coach, but a guy like Craig Reynolds signed yesterday, gets in here last night, and then he goes out and does what he did. How impressive is that to you still, despite all the things you've seen?
It's impressive. It really is, and he's kind of a guy who we'll see where this goes, but he's got that look in his eye, and he did when he walked in yesterday. And you could tell it's like, hey, man, I'm here to compete, and I'll know enough of this playbook. You can put me in there. And, during the game, I'm asking Deuce, I said, what can this guy – he's pretty good. He's pretty good, Coach. He's pretty good. I think he can do it. I think he knows and he did. And he carried it, and he's thick. He's in great shape. And Brad had worked him out. We were coming off the field, and Brad was like, this kid's in phenomenal shape. I'd love to see this guy, carry it, and as we all would. And he did some good things.
Today, at the stack on the first drive, I'm curious, did you talk to him after that first series? And just, he seemed like you played a lot better on the second series. What were your evaluations?
I'm sorry. Who?
Sewell.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that.
he allowed the sack on the first series.
Yeah.
If you talked to him, and just what was your evaluation?
And that wasn't all him. That was kind of a combination of. But I did not talk tomorrow. Once I have a chance, I try to be careful going too much. I mean, I know what happens, but I want to be careful diving too much into it till I'm able to watch the tape myself and really figure out exactly what happened or how it happened. But look, I thought he handled himself with those guys pretty good, and he needs those reps. I mean, for him to come out and not get beat, I would be shocked. I mean, that's, you can't forget he's still a rookie. He's still developing and learning. And this is great for him. I mean, just to get, you get a different opponent, different speed ball. And so it's good.
Dan heard some shouting and whatnot, and it looks like in a good way after. Can you take us inside the room for your first post-game meeting?
Well, look, it was probably what you guys would expect. Like, listen, man, we played our hearts out and we gave ourselves a chance to win, but man, it's what I told you guys when I walked in here. It's just the details. It's the little stuff, because those little stuff, one play can change the whole game. One turnover can change the whole game. One shot play down the field can change the whole play, and sometimes those things happen, but it's when, oh my God, you have the flat and we just turn somebody totally loose and there's a 20-yard gain. There's little things in this tape we got to clean up, and if we do that, if you're on defense, you got to make them go the long way. They may score, but make them earn every freaking play. That's what it's about. And offensively, man, we got to be efficient. And when you have an opportunity to get first downs, man, you got to get first downs. And to do that, you got to make sure you're pretty good on first and second down, because it makes third down easier. So, but it's just that. It's like anybody else after preseason one. And man, We'll go back and we'll clean this tape up. It'll be a great tape to look at, and these guys will learn from it and grow from it, and we'll be better for it.
Derek Barnes only played a handful of snaps, kind of disrupted an entire series. So they're just wondering what you were hoping to see from him tonight, and if that was the plan to kind of limit him a little bit.
I was hoping to see him disrupt a series, is what I was hoping. So it worked out great. Yeah, we were. The plan was to limit him. He's coming back off that hamstring, and he's looked good for about 4 days now, 3 or 4 days in practice, and it's like, all right, man, this is good. But now we're going on turf, and, the intensity's about to go up. Let's be smart about it. And so we just gave him a handful, and I would say for the reps that he got, he did a good job.
Two other players I want to ask about. Kevin Strong, obviously, he was pretty active in there, made a lot of plays. And then Bobby Price, we saw him a lot as safety. He played against some corner tonight. I know he gave up the one, but he had a pass breakup before that. Do you think he can play corner? I mean, what are you seeing from Bobby?
Yeah, well, let me start with Strong. Strong every day does something in practice. It just, shows up. I mean, he's an explosive player, and I mean, he can. He does. He shows up. And it was good to see him get out there and make some plays. As far as Bobby, look, Bobby is very intriguing because he's a long, linear, explosive athlete who's been playing safety. Man, we think he can really help us on special teams, but now we're not so sure that he may not be a corner, and because he runs so good and he is a really good athlete. And so, look, we're intrigued. I mean, look, we just made this. He really just started getting reps at corner a couple of days ago, really. And so he's still just, I mean, he's a baby fawn right now, as it pertains to corner. But he's so talented, and we kind of feel like this may actually be the better move for him. But to know that, let's just say hypothetically, man, you start getting down to cut time, and we know he can help us on special teams, and he just continues to grow as a corner and develop, but also can play a little safety if you have to have it. That's pretty valuable. It's pretty valuable. So our eyes are on Bobby Price.
Last one, guys, before you go, we won't get to this weekend. There was a report before the game that you dismissed your head athletic trainer, and I just wanted to, one, confirm that, and two, maybe get some insight on why the decision was made, if it is accurate.
Yes, I'll confirm that. That transpired. really it's just, felt like this was the way that we needed to go. It was just, I don't really want to get into detail of it. I can tell you this, our guys were getting proper treatment. It was nothing like that, but it felt like we needed to go another way. Communication, some of those things, and so we did make that move, Justin.
Could you name a replacement at this point?
We are in talks with someone. I'm not going to give you that name right now, but we are in talks. And in the meantime, Tom Colt has taken over, assistant trainer, who's done a really good job. We put some stress on him, and he's answered the bell and been outstanding.
Last one, guys.
So I noticed in the first half, you didn't really have any rotation with the running back. Jamal's with the starters the whole time, and then Jamar came in after. The second half, there was a little bit more of a rotation. I know you talked about having a 1A, 1B, a 1-2 punch. Just wondering which one you might prefer between having a guy take a series versus mixing and matching in the same series. And on top of that, is there any update on DeAndre Swift, who wasn't on the sideline tonight?
Yeah, I think that ideally you love to have a mix. Now, if a guy gets a hot hand, it's hard to take a guy out. It is, and that's where, for example, like Jamal goes, man, he gets a hot hand. Well, we still can use Swift. You can put him in there, give Jamal a blow, but also we can put Swift in other spots. There's things that he's able to do, we believe, in the pass game, and some, there's other maybe trinkets that we do with him. But yet, at the same time, man, when a guy's hot, you don't want to take him off unless he needs a blow. Give him a blow and then put him back in there because he's feeling it, And Swift right now, look, we're just being conservative with Swift. He's kind of had a little bit of a kind of this groin, and so we just, I chose to just let's sit him and let's rehab it and let's strengthen it a little bit and just. Because he was fighting through it, and he was doing a good job, but it just doesn't feel like it was getting better fast enough, so let's just sit him. So it's really more, he could have gone, if we really, really needed it, but it's not worth it right now. Dave, and it wasn't one particular incident. It wasn't one thing. So,
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
okay, guys.
It's definitely been crazy. I got called for a tryout. I missed a flight. Then my flight got delayed twice because of the rain in Philadelphia, and it was a connecting. So I was landed in Charlotte probably about 12 a.m. Got up around 6. Flew to Detroit. Tried out that day. They signed me, and then just got an opportunity to play the game, I guess.
How'd you miss the flight? What happened there?
I was cutting it close for time. Didn't make it. They didn't let me really check in. I was inside 15 minutes or something like that. And then the next flight was 7:20 connecting. Gets pushed back to 8:20. Starts raining. Don't take off till 10 something. Land in Charlotte, and then boom. So.
How much of the playbook, can you reasonably pick up in such a short window? Did you pick it up in the office that day and just start cramming up till kickoff?
I credit the coaches. They just, taught me what they could, put me in a good situation, Coach Staley, Coach Lynn, and just asked me what I was comfortable with, and just took it as a challenge. I would like to say I know football pretty well, so, football doesn't change. Power's power, counter's counter, pass protection. Nothing really changes. You just have to transfer the terminology and, credit the QB for helping me too at times on the field, for sure. But, just the coaches, the O-line, quarterbacks, everybody out there, the staff, they just made it easy for me.
So given the hairiness of the last 24 hours, what was that touchdown run? What did that mean to you? Just to
It meant a lot, first career touchdown. And I got a call from my older brother today, and, he just told me to, let it rip. It's Friday the 13th. 13 was my number in college and high school. He's like, today's going to just do something special. And I just went out there and, all week the coaches just said, let it rip. Don't think, just play. Special teams on offense. And I just said, I'm just going to let it hang and just go. Just go. And that's it.
You said all week the coaches said that. You mean all the last couple of hours they've said that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Just letting it rip, in the meetings and play full speed and, don't think, just play. And it felt good to do that, And I appreciate them for, putting me in, giving me the opportunity as well.
We've heard this from DeAndre Swift in the past because he's also a Philly kid.
Mhm.
Just your growing up, what you knew about Deuce Staley.
Oh, yeah. I even said something to him like my first day. I was like, yeah, I met you like 4 times as a kid, but he don't probably remember me when he was in the Eagles. But yeah, seeing him at Temple basketball games, Eagles practices growing up and stuff like that. So it's definitely awesome to be coached by, great running back like him. He knows what he's talking about. He's been there before, and he just made it real easy for me.
He'll remember you now.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
On the touchdown run, really quickly, can you just tell us what you see? We saw the cutback, but I mean, why the decision to go the direction you went on the angle towards that line?
Just felt it. The O-line did a great job the whole series, creating lanes and holes, and we had a short, like 2nd and 2 or 3rd down, short yardage run. They gave me a crease, was able to convert, and we just kept pounding the outside zone. And on that play, I just felt the overflow of the flow. And I just tried to stay in control. And then once everything washed by, tried to stay tight, press it, got vertical, and it was just nothing but green grass. Receivers did a great job down the field. I wasn't touched, so credit to everybody, the other 10 dudes on the field to give me the opportunity to make that play.
Jared Goff said.
Couple more guys.
Wasn't sure that he had met you, maybe passing the level or something like that. When you're in the field, how many of those 10 guys in the huddle do you know that you met before?
I introduced myself in the huddle at one point. They were like, yo, what's your name? This and third. A couple coaches introduced themselves to me on the sideline during the game. Like it's definitely crazy, but like I said, they've just made it real easy. I've been comfortable, being here. I got credit to everybody, front office, the staff, giving me the opportunity. Like I said, O-line, the other guys out there helping me. I mean, even on special teams, guys helping me out, trying to learn that, as well as trying to learn an offense is pretty difficult too. So credit the special teams coaches, the guys on special teams helping me out with that too.
What time did you get in at, actually? What time did you get here at last night?
I landed in Detroit probably like 9 in the morning or something like that. But I had that connecting flight in Charlotte, and then, I've been all over.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We'll have
Appreciate you.
Julian Okwar and
Thank
Kevin
you.
Strom.
To play as much as you did today, because it felt like you were out there from first quarter on.
Probably, I don't know. I've never played a preseason game, so I kind of expected it. But it was nice to go out there and see some fans and just get some more experience under my belt. Last year I got hurt and stuff like that, so it's just nice to be out there and just experience. I think was the most important thing. Doesn't matter how much. So I think just being able to get in game shape and be able to run out there and just execute and all that stuff. So I think it was the most important thing for me today, no matter how many reps it was.
You started kind of clicking with the pass rush late. Does it take a while for a player to get into a rhythm or to get that game speed under you?
Right. I mean, it's the first game back, so you got to get back to the game speed and get the kinks off. But I mean, as a pass rusher, you got to set everything up. It might take a while. It might take the full first quarter, first half. So I think it's all about setup, and especially a great pass rusher, you got to be able to set it up coming first with the power, and then see what the tackle gives you for the rest of the game. So I think it was definitely nice. I got to be able to go to the backfield and show my ability. So I'm definitely excited about that.
Did you change your body at all? I know you got hurt last year, obviously, but did your body change at all?
My body changed?
Wise or anything?
My tone, or like, I don't know. I wouldn't say so. I mean, I probably put on a little bit of weight, but I wouldn't say my body changed. I think everything. Yeah, I still about the same weight. So, I fluctuate between whatever. So, I'm not too worried about my weight.
What sort of building block do you look at tonight as for you? I mean, because you didn't play much last year, obviously, with everything that was going on.
Right.
How do you sort of view this as the stepping stone?
Right. I mean, it's all about experience and just getting better every play, every game, just 1% every day. And it starts with practice. So got to get back on the drawing board tomorrow and just work on my technique. And there's a lot of stuff to clean up in there. There were definitely some bad plays in there. Might look good because I got whatever, but there's definitely still a lot to clean up. I got to be better as a edge rusher, setting the edge and all that stuff. So I think there's still a lot of room to work on, no matter how good or bad I did. So there's still a lot of room. So I'm excited to get back to work and just, work on my crafting and sharpen things up for the season.
Kind of hit on there. We hear players all the time saying they're their own harshest critic, right? So what's the thing, you're leaving the field, you haven't seen the film yet, but what's the thing you're leaving the field that you're upset about as opposed to you want to?
I definitely could have done a better job in coverage and just setting the edge. I think those two things, even in pass rush too. Though I got to the backfield, there were still a lot of things I could clean up and be better at. There were a lot of plays I left in the back end. Even with the strip sack, I missed on that stuff. It's just stuff like that, and be able to rush in the outfield shoulder to the quarterback, especially his backside, and be on the blind side of the quarterback. You got to be able to know the quarterback's best escape route, whether he rolls out or escapes to the other side and just runs away. So I think there's a lot of things to clean up, and definitely the all threes. I mean, especially the outside linebacker, you be able to set the edge and all that stuff. You can always sharpen that up with experience. So I'm excited that I got as many reps as I can because, I needed all the reps. Those guys are veterans out there with Romeo and Trey being able to do the things they've done in the past, and so I was excited for the opportunity for real.
Did you ever feel gas tonight, or the 40 up and down skating?
We had to do a few gashers at the end of the practice to get ready, but I'm trying to get into game shape and just be able to run to the ball, so I'm definitely a little gassed. But you're gonna be gassed all year regardless. So especially if you're playing your hardest. So I think it was definitely great for me to be out there and just get into game shape, or no matter how many reps I got tonight.
All right, guys, well, Kevin Strong next.
Thanks, Julian.
Yep, thank you guys.
I think we've talked to you after some good preseason performances before when it sort of helped you
Yes, sir.
catch everyone by surprise. What about tonight?
Just fun. Good to be back, Great to see what the team had to do, like for the first round going. I don't know, just exciting, just having fun, man. Trying to do our job. And you see the culture now, so it's getting better and better day by day.
How is this similar or different than your rookie season? When you came in, you're learning a new scheme, you got to impress new coaches. Is it similar or different in any way?
It's a little different, but you take it one day at a time, man. 1 hour at a time, day by day. And like Coach said, I just try to get better at one little thing a day. So just taking it slow and letting everything else fall into its own place. So.
We've talked to a few other defensive tackles that have really enjoyed maybe your assignments in this scheme more than previous. What do you like about this scheme and how it works for your position?
One thing I like how we just get to get off the ball and go. I don't have to take on as much double team, so that's a good thing. But I like the whole scheme. They fit us into the right positions to make plays, so that's been good. You got a lot more one-on-ones and stuff like that, so you can really show yourself. So, like I said, man, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. So.
Is there something about you and being back against the wall or whatever the term may be, overlooked, like needing to kind of show up to prove yourself in a roster spot that brings out the best of you?
Hey, man, I've come to the conclusion I got to prove myself every day, every year. So I enjoy it, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's not even just proving myself to everybody else. It's proving myself to myself, showing that I could do it every day, and just showing my family that, it's not over yet. So I enjoy it, man. I just take all of it as motivation, and just keep on pushing one step at a time.
Michael Brocker's injury has kind of opened the door for additional reps for you, but what has he meant for you off the field, in the locker room, on the sidelines during positional drills? What kind of resources he been?
He's been good. He give me little pointers here and there. He teach me him and a lot of the older guys too, like Nick Williams and Deshaun Hand. They teach me I've been trying to learn more about the formation and the schemes and stuff, being able to see it before the play, pre-snap reads and stuff, just getting better at the little itty-bitty stuff. So if I don't do it, he'll call it out, he'll tell me everything, but he just really been a big guider, if you want to say. Like, I've been learning little by little from him, much as I can, picking up notes, and I watch him and see what he do on certain plays and stuff like this. So he been a big step for me in my game. So it's been good so far, man. I just hope I keep on building off of it.
Great, thanks, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Deshaun's gonna like being called an older guy.
Huh?
I don't know how Deshaun's gonna like being called an older guy.
I had to give him some love, you know. I had to, hey, he is though. That's big bro.